The smell of coffee is in the air. It must be time for another episode of The Art of Struggle. Welcome to another episode of my podcast called The Art of Struggle. You can hear me rant about art, video games, movies, pop culture, CGI, the industry, and much, much more. My name is Fatai, and I'll be your guide as we explore the world of CG, pop culture, and the people who make it all possible. All right, it seems Elon Musk is in a bit of hot water. The SEC is fining Elon Musk $20 million and forcing him to step down as the chairman of Tesla. Why, you may ask? Well, it seems a recent tweet of Elon talking about how he's secured funding from talks with a local or prominent investor has gotten him in a little bit of hot water. Okay, Elon Musk is under pressure from his lawyers and investors of Tesla, the company he co-founded, which has reached a deal with the Securities and Exchange Commission on Saturday to resolve securities fraud charges. The settlement will force Mr. Musk to step aside as chairman for 3 years and pay a $20 million fine. The SEC announced the deal 2 days after it issued Mr. Musk in federal court for misleading investors over his post on Twitter last month that he had funding secured for a buyout of the electric company at $420 a share. The deal with the SEC will allow him to remain as the chief executive, something he could have jeopardized if he had gone to battle with the agency. It is not clear why Mr. Musk changed his mind so quickly. People familiar with the situation who were not authorized to speak publicly on the matter said lawyers for Mr. Musk and the company moved to reopen the talks with the SEC on Friday. During that time, one of the Tesla lawyers became instrumental in securing a deal with the SEC, according to a person familiar with the negotiations. So yeah, it's interesting that this is going on with Elon right now because he's been facing a lot of backlash lately. He recently went on Joe Rogan's podcast and he got a little irie with Joe on his show. So here's a clip of that. I
got that in Mexico.
Tesla.
It holds joints.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk.
It's storage.
Yeah.
Getting meme-worthy right now by definitely toking it up with a podcast host, UFC guru, announcer, Joe Rogan.
You know, that's the idea behind it.
This is so crazy to me right now. Oh my God. So Joe Rogan lights up and Elon Musk, who is never, I don't think he doesn't know what it is. He's like, what is this? What is this you're lighting in the air, my friend? It's not a tobacco product. Doesn't smell like cigarettes. You know what it is, Elon. Stop acting like you ain't come up with them Tesla designs and some underground car railways and whatnot.
Is that at you if you do certain things? There's tobacco and marijuana in there. That's all it is.
It's tobacco. He's smoking spliffies. Blicky with the spliffy.
Tobacco and marijuana is wonderful. First turned on to it by Charlie Murphy and then reignited by Dave Chappelle. Hey.
That's whiskey. Exactly.
Perfect. Balances it out.
It's terrible.
I mean, alcohol is a drug. It's been grandfathered in.
Well, it's not just a drug.
Yo, you can tell Elon got blazed. He does not know how to act. He's trying to make his best normal face. Terrible right now, Elon. What are you doing, bro?
Hopefully you're more joyous and friendly and happy. And
nah, Elon looks like one of those paranoid smokers.
like the real worry about people.
Am I acting normal right now, friend?
Cars that can go 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds or anything.
Hopefully you come up with some
Have you ever considered
dope designs. You better come up with the next Teslas
one
on.
day everyone has a car that's on the same, at least technological standard as one of your cars. And everyone agrees that the smart thing to do is not just to have bumpers, but to perhaps have some sort of a magnetic repellent device, some electromagnetic.
Okay, we're not gonna listen to Joe Rogan try to give Elon Musk ideas. What we're here to talk about is what's going on with Elon. What do you guys think of this whole situation? And is this just another Steve Jobs moment where they're kicking him out of the company, and in a couple of years the stocks and the company's just going to be tanking so bad that they're going to beg him back to be their chairman? They're going to say, please, Mr. Elon, get on that. We'll buy you £1 if you come back. You know, like, I feel like you can do damage to a company if you take out that main idea guy, the guy who's got all the grand plan, the linchpin, or whatever, a key part of the equation is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think this is interesting that they're kicking him out, and I think a lot of it stems from this because people have been feeling like Elon has been acting quite erratic lately, and then the tweets, I feel like it helped them justify pushing him out. Because if you think about it, I mean, from what I've heard, Tesla has not been a profitable company. It's not like his car manufacturing thing. It's the value of it is really high, but it's actually not making any profits, and it hasn't been for a while compared to all the other car manufacturers. But I feel like there's a lot of factors that go into that as well, because there's a lot of regulations on car manufacturing that affect his business, especially since he's in the electric market. And there's these deals that go on with states where they're incentivized to block out other car manufacturers that are not certain ones that they have approved. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, and he's building his brand pretty much off word of mouth and just that hustle, just that, that grit, that hands down he doesn't have it, it's just crazy how he's having to build it, and he's making it more valuable with his promotions than most other company. He gets probably more free promotion and he's probably, more savvy with that social media stuff than anybody, because he's made his brand so profitable like that. And I think it's going to be interesting when, you force him out as chairman, who's a decision maker, who's, I want to see how this turns out. Tell me what you think at the bottom. This is an interesting story. Yeah, so they're definitely just pushing him out, and it's gonna be a blow, but hopefully
this is definitely the best
it gets better.
I think.
So yeah, let's listen to what CNBC has to say about this.
A settlement offer, rejected that, and then the SEC came out with some public statements that gave the SEC some power, a bit of a bargaining chip, and that's, I think, why you saw this settlement. Both sides did not want this to drag out for the SEC. It showed they have some fangs, they have some teeth to go after companies that are perhaps showing some bad behavior. On the side of Tesla, they actually brought a little bit more clarity around the situation, and a few big changes as well. 2 new independent directors to the board. Elon Musk, of course, can no longer be chairman for at least 3 years. And so those are big changes I think will be welcomed by the market, and that can now focus back on the core of this business, which is making cars.
We've spoken about this story a lot from Tesla's point of view, but I think the regulator point of view might be quite fascinating here.